Evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to briefly introduce myself and then hand over um, uh, to Nina. Sorry, I almost forgot who I was presenting with. To introduce herself, and then we'll carry on.
Quickly listen to this.
So I'm Dr. Mich Seagreen. I am based in Durban, South Africa. I'm a chiropractor. I was first introduced to LifeWave by a colleague of mine, Dr. Kathy Mercer. At first, I was interested in the changes that I saw in her, which were dramatic. And then she also mentioned some of the stuff that she'd seen with her mom and some of her patients. And after about 6 weeks of getting onto Zooms, getting onto thisisinfo.com, talking to people, I eventually thought, okay, well, let's give it a bash. And I'm so glad I did, because it's been life-changing for so many people that I know. I won't share too much now. I'll definitely share a little bit more later. Over to you, Nina.
Okay, thank you. So, as you know now, my name is Nina, and I actually first heard about LifeWave from Merle, who heads up this team, probably about 18 months ago, but I wasn't interested at the time. And then in December last year, another friend of mine, Anne Mills in Australia, she had been very ill. She'd had a heart tumor removed. She had a double mastectomy. And then because of the chemo, she developed osteoporosis, and she started using the patches. And I mean, her health has just gone from strength to strength. It's really amazing. She's been in remission now for quite some time, and she's really done well. So that then encouraged me to join. And I came in both for health reasons. I'll talk about that a bit later, and also for the business. You're here. It's a really fantastic business plan that we have. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you, Nina. So when I finally joined in February and got on the patching journey, I didn't have much of the confidence to talk about it, but because of everything that I've seen and people that have been patched and myself, I'm loving it. Thank you, Amanda, for doing the screen sharing for us. Appreciate it. So the question we ask everyone is, have you been patched yet? Because that is what you need to do, is you need to try this. You need to feel the way the patch works on you as it elevates, activates, and regenerates. But before we go into what the patch is and how it works, we need to discuss David Schmitz. He is the CEO and inventor of X39. As of currently, I believe he's got over 180 patents, and patents are not easy to get. You have to prove it. So he is very good at what he does. He's a scientist and an inventor, and more recently, he started specializing in age reversing. In 2008, when stem cells became the buzzword, he started focusing on stem cell research. And after 10 years and 4.5 million, he brought the latest invention to the market. That's the X39. Our patent that he got for us for the X39, and as you know, a patent is not easy. You have to prove every statement in that patent. So nothing can be patented falsely. And our particular patent talks about GHK-Cu, which is a copper peptide, which helps to do what we say the X39 does. And what it does is it reduces inflammation in the body, it helps with management of pain, it improves stamina, it elevates collagen production, and it improves wound healing. So it really is a remarkable product. And like I said, it's all proven, and there are case studies to show it. Why X39 stem cell patch? So let's first go into what stem cells are. Stem cells are the basic cell in your body, and any stem cell can differentiate into whatever cell your body needs, whether it's a heart cell, a skin cell, a hair or nail cell. And the thing is that as you get older, you have fewer and fewer stem cells. So few of those stem cells can go where they need to go to heal your body. At the age of 30, only about half of your stem cells are active. And at the age of 60, you are looking at about 80 to 90% reduction in your stem cell activity. So all of us experience these symptoms of aging, which are aging. It basically is a result of the body's inability to heal. So how does X39 work? So it's a little patch. It's a little round sticker that you put onto your body. And you know that infrared light that you have on your body? You see it in those night vision goggles. So that light always, no matter what you're doing, is shared from your body. And this little patch bounces back some of that light at a different frequency into your body. And that activates your body's own healing mechanisms. So it increases the production of GHK copper peptide, which then in turn activates the dormant stem cells in your body. And then those stem cells can go about your body fixing what it needs to fix. The way it does it is patented nanocrystal technology. In this little patch, you've got nanocrystals, basically little crystals made up of amino acids and sugars and things like that in a specific lattice or shape, and that reflects the body's light at a specific frequency. And it's very much like the way that your body uses sunlight to make vitamin D. So it's not the sunlight that makes the vitamin D, but it's the way your body uses the sunlight to make vitamin D. And as well as babies that go under your UV light to get rid of jaundice, very similar principle. So it's all light therapy, and light therapy has been known for since ancient times. The nice thing about the stem cell activation patch is it's non-transdermal. So the only thing that enters your body is the same light that your body has emitted, just at a different frequency. So there are no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants. So it's not going to interfere with any other medication that you might be on. And it is non-invasive. So it's not like the stem cell injections that you pay millions for. And that can have a bad reaction. So when you start patching, what can you expect to feel? And some people feel it straight away, and some people feel it over a period of time. But you will start to feel increased strength, mental clarity, reduced inflammation, restored muscle or skeletal conditions, increased stamina, improvement of sleep, energy and vitality, and improved skin appearance. So a little bit about my experience here is that one of the very first things that I found is that I started dreaming again after many years. So the depth of my sleep improved. My fatigue throughout the day was so much better. My little back pain that I've had for forever and a day, you know, as a chiropractor, I'm always bending over my patients, so you kind of just live with it. And that low back pain is gone. In terms of stamina, strength, I can play tennis for a couple of hours without having any pain the next day. So I'm really loving my journey on this because I feel like I'm a better version of myself. So with the X39, I do feel like I'm achieving optimal health and a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. It really is a phenomenal and life-changing thing for me. This is a topography map which basically shows the experience that wearing an X39 had on a 77-year-old lady's brain. Now, this type of thing will happen throughout your body because that little patch, wherever you put it, will work throughout your body. So this lady, they put X39 on her after session 1. Session 1, you can see that red and orange. Her brain was totally inflamed and there was a lack of brain coherence. At session 2, you can see that the brain is quite calm, but if you look at it, it's not a balanced calmness. There wasn't inflammation, but it wasn't quite the 100% result that they wanted. so there was no more information, there was improved brain coherence. In session 3, you can see it's totally balanced. There is a complete turnaround, there's better brain coherence, and after this session, her brain remained calm after wearing the patch for 6 weeks, which was at session 3. The X39 stem cell patch has been studied quite extensively, and you can look at the case studies on thisisinfo.com. There are case studies that David Schmidt has done himself, and there are also case studies done by people not part of the company. So in the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. So as you go through life, toxins, experiences change some genes. That starts to reverse. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced, as you saw on that topography map. And within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Now, collagen is not just for skin. Collagen is used throughout the body for structure, for your blood vessels, your skin, your heart. Every single organ requires collagen. And within 3 months, your collagen is increased. So yes, you can look younger, but if you imagine on the outside looking younger, that can happen on the inside as well. And then within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. And like I said, this is as per case study on thisisinfo.com. David Schmidt says it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And I've seen that in my mother's skin. So how to wear X39? So the little images on the screen show you wearing the patch on the back of your neck or under your belly button, because that's where the case studies were done. But you can wear it wherever's needed. So like I did, I wanted to play tennis without my big brace on, so I stuck it on my knee initially because I wanted it to heal my knee first. So you can stick it where you want it, or you use it where the case studies suggest, and you wear your patch for 12 hours and then take it off and throw it away. Or you can put it on your pet or your child or your spouse. There'll still be a bit of use on it, but you can't really use it for more than 12 hours. And you need the 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate. And you don't want to get too used to it because you won't have the same response anymore. Once that patch has been used, you throw it away and you put a new patch on tomorrow and repeat. You can wear more than one patch at a time. So LifeWave has more than one patch. The X39 is the healing repair patch. There's an anti-inflammatory patch called the Eon. And I like to use that in people who've got an interesting health history or a complicated health history, because I feel that that just speeds up the healing and repair. And then there's other patches like pain and energy patches, which go back to whoever invites you to the call, and they can give you information on all the other patches as well. But the X39 really does so much for your body without all those extra patches anyway. Drink plenty of water and electrolytes. What you're doing is, because you're wearing that X39, you're activating your body's processes. You're going to need more water. You're going to need more building blocks for your body to repair adequately. And we found that most people that don't experience an improvement in their physical well-being quickly is because they don't have enough water or electrolytes. So it's very important to remember. So X39 is sophisticated but simple to explain, and the testimonies of X39, life-changing and emotional. It absolutely works. And so I was quite skeptical about it initially, but I've seen the most impressive thing that I've seen so far is using in my practice, the pain patches. I've seen it take pain from a 10 of 10 to 0 of 10 for many rib fractures now. And then some patients' kidney results, and my mom's kidney function has improved. My mom's has improved from about, I think she was 33% GFR, and now she is 44% GFR. She needs to go for another test soon because that's an old result. And then someone else I know has gone from a 33 to a 69 kidney function. So now he's his kidney function is almost normal. And that is just remarkable. So those are a couple of my stories. And I think we'd like to turn it over to other people who'd like to share their stories. If you'd like to just put your hand up if you'd like to share, and then we'll pick on you, or otherwise I'll ask Nina or Amanda to volunteer people for stories.
I would like to tell you what happened this weekend. It was amazing.
Go for it.
I'd actually run out of X39 patches, but I carried on with my Eons because I was patching everybody and convincing them. And we went on a motor car show, but so we were riding our bikes, and one of my friends on one of her bikes, is these Goldwing bikes, she was complaining that she'd forgotten her she's got gastroenteritis. So she's got a severe or very acute gastric inflammation. And we met at a certain, point where we were all gathering just before we went to the car show at Killarney in Cape Town. And she was really stressing out because she had so much pain. She had actually thrown up twice while we were waiting. And I said, but how can you forget that? I don't even have my emergency kit with me. But I pulled off my Eon patch and I patched her. She went through the rest of the day and she came home and she wrote me a little note on my WhatsApp. She says, wow. She says, that little plaster that you put on me, I did it epigastric. I put it on an epigastric where she had that severe inflammation. And she says she can't believe it. She went home, she hasn't vomited, the pain subsided. And that's the Eon for you. Just an Eon patch. So I have chronic osteoarthritis. I've injured my knee about 4 times. Hence, I want to speak to you, Dr. Seagreen. Anyway, I worked in the I'm a nurse by profession, and I worked in the orthopedic theatres, and I'm crap scared of that knee replacement. I don't know why, if it's maybe part of the catheterizations and all that, the knocking and the beating that they do in the knee. But I just I'm not ready for that emotionally yet. So I was desperate to get onto the patches, and Nuri introduced me to the patches. And she came to visit us before she left for the States, and she slapped on a patch for myself, X39, and for my husband. He had a frozen shoulder. And both of us, I left the afternoon after Nuri had gone, and I realized, but I hadn't taken a pain pill because I didn't have any pain or discomfort. And that was an X39 and an Eon. So the pain and inflammation in the knee had gone, and I haven't been without an Eon since. I wear X39 and Eon together. I've just ordered my first ice wave, so I would like to try it on either side of the knee. But my husband picked up all I almost said my garbage, my luggage, as we travel to our clients. And I walked up a flight of 11 stairs without realizing I had no discomfort. So that was amazing. That is definitely my story. But the weekend just blew me away. Just an Eon helped really for a severe gastric reflux and inflammation. So I definitely am convinced more than ever it works perfectly.
Wow, thanks for sharing, Sharon. That is great. And I'm quite happy to, like I said before, to chat to you about your knee off air.
I was just as skeptical as everybody was, being a nurse, being in the profession. You know that. We're usually the biggest babes and the biggest skeptics ever. But this has definitely just blown my mind. It's blown me away.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Anyone else like to volunteer? Nina, would you perhaps like to share your story so long, or while someone else gets brave?
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, there's so much that's changed for me over the last 10 months. Some of it's taken time, but I think the things that really stand out for me, the very first thing was that the quality of my sleep improved. And I mean, that's life-changing. You know, when you're sleeping well, Even I often don't have to get up at night anymore, which I often used to. And the health reason that I came into this for was my gut also. I don't think it was as dramatic as Sharon's friend, but it's taken time, but most of my symptoms have gone, and just general inflammation in my body has cleared up, as well as in my brain. So you saw the topography map. I'm almost as old as her. Yeah, my memory is so much better. I don't forget things like where I've put my glasses or my cell phone, or, or keys. I know where I've put them, and I walk into a room, I know why I'm there. All those little things that are just so annoying sometimes. I think the best thing about my brain is that I don't forget words mid-sentence anymore. And I can also hear that my speech is more fluid than it was. Yeah, my circulation has improved. I often have to look at my toes to make sure that they really are pink, because they were purple for so long that I can't really believe that that's been, so different. And also my cholesterol has come back to normal after many years of being raised. But just one thing I want to say as well, because often when we listen to testimonials, is people have very quick results. And it's important to know that I think for many of us, it takes time. And one really has to appreciate that, because sometimes you just have to be really patient with this. Thanks.
100%. On that note, Alex, would you like to have a word? Is Alex still around?
I'm happy to talk if you'd like me to. Okay, so I'm a nurse and was enormously skeptical and did massive amounts of research into the product before I ever went down this road, because it really did sound like a whole lot of garbage. So that's the place that I come from. But from a testimony point of view, I had polymyalgia for 20 years, which was managed with all sorts of things from a medication point of view. And it took me 10 months. So I think it's really important to emphasize that stem cells will heal you. That's a fact. Does X39 stimulate stem cell production or revitalization of dormant stem cells? Yes, it does. That's also a fact. So then it's just a question of being patient and doing what you can do, which is drink water, take electrolytes, and eat a reasonable diet, and exercise where you can. So anything that you can contribute. But I woke up 10 months after using X39 and Aeon, and from a polymyalgia point of view, I was pain-free for the first time in 20 years. And it had a significant impact on my life and still continues to. So I think if I had a message, it's that, yes, there are one patch wonders, and there are 1 week and 2 week and 3 months and whatever. But if I had given up at 6 months or 8 months or 9 months, I'd be where I'd started, and I would have wasted a whole lot of money and achieved absolutely nothing. So I think really my whole message is, it takes time. This is healing. This is not disease management. This is not symptom control. It is healing. And at times it's uncomfortable and it takes longer, but it's oh so very worth it. Oh, so very, very worth it.
Thanks so much, Alex. Appreciate you always being willing to share.
I'd like to just pick up on what Nina said about the sleeping. I was sitting on my bed just now, and I've realized earlier on that I'm sleeping better, but I suddenly realized how much my life has changed because I'm sleeping so much better, because I was very stressed, and whenever I got up at night, which I would have to do quite often, if I got up, I would be awake for an hour or two, you know, be on the cell phone because I couldn't sleep. And now I'm like, I don't even think about it. You know, I just get back. If I do get up at night, just get back and I sleep. And if you can sleep, you know, a lot of things in your life change. But what I also want to just mention while you were sharing, Dr. Mich, I suddenly realized, you know, we've got nurses talking here and you're a doctor. And I just, while you were talking, I was just thinking how amazing this is that new people might think you need to be a doctor to know where to patch, what to do. You know, it sounds like, well, you should be at least in the medical department to know something about this. And I find it so amazing, you know, just really take the backing off and you put it on your back, and it doesn't matter actually where you put it, just stick it to it. A child can do it. And I don't have any medical background, but I can do it. I've helped so many people. I've seen these one patch wonders happen, so many, and it's the most amazing things. Like the other Amanda is one of my first people that I introduced, you know, and when I heard about it, I was just like, I have to tell Amanda about it. And she's not a one patch wonder either. But, you know, knowing that I've got no medical background, but I could tell her, just put this patch on your neck. I don't know how it works. I don't understand why it works. I just know that I've heard so many testimonies on these calls that just put it on your body. And now she's having the results. And that is amazing how easy it is and how available it is, and how you can change other people's lives, even if you don't even know anything. You just know to patch. That's all you have to know. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Amanda. Amanda Oberholzer, you've got your hand up.
Yes, thank you. Just a quick on behalf of Peppy, because I know she asked me. She started patching a lady 4 weeks ago. The lady was absolutely crying from pain because of severe pain, and she had to go for injections to help her cope through the day. Peppy started patching her with the Ice Wave and the Aeon and the X39. It's now been 4 weeks. The pain from 11 out of 10 is down to a 3 or a 5 out of 10. Only that the breast is now in pain, but Peppy has told me tonight that the reason could be because the pain shifted is because she had open heart surgery 6 years ago. So it could be that that's the reason why the pain shifted. So maybe after the Zoom meeting, we would just like to ask a few questions about that if possible. Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. That's great. And just to add on to what Amanda A said about anyone can patch, I actually have a 16-year-old son, and he's got some Ice Waves on him at all time because he wants to patch people, because he's seen the power of the patches. So if my 16-year-old boy can do it and enjoy doing it, I don't see why anyone else can't.
Dr. Mich, can I ask a question?
Sure.
There is no age limit to the patches, right? I had an 8-year-old boy with me on Saturday morning, and I had to draw his blood because he's got growth retard. His growth has been retarded, so he's small for his age. 8-year-old, and his mother asked me if the patches would help him, and I said, of course. And she wanted to know which one, because the whole family is now on patches, and they're trying to convince him. He doesn't even want a plaster on his arm, not even after the phlebotomy, you know. So, or drawing blood, I'll speak English. Anyway, and he didn't want a plaster on there. So I said to him, well, these are magic plasters. You know, the Emla patches that we put on for numbing the skin? He didn't even want the plaster over that. But we've convinced him, and I don't know if it's right. Please help me if anybody can give their 2 cents there. X39, X49, growth retardation. I mean, they come from Europe, and they've had the vaccine, and the kids were forced to take the vaccines. They've had 2 vaccines. And since then, the parents noted that he's not growing.
Sharon, so I'm happy to chat off screen, but yes, you can patch any age, and we'll chat. But remembering that we can't actually treat any condition, we can just provide the phototherapy so that the stem cells go and do what they can do in the body to help the individual.
That's right. So just to remind everybody, stem cells, we do lots of transplant and stem cells harvesting, you know, and transplant them into heart muscles. And like they say in David's educational videos. Stem cells become any part of the body where it's needed, and it will go to the area that it's first needed. So that's why we have the one-day patch wonders and timely patches that first repair where it goes and repairs that we don't know, and then it will go to the place that we wanted to go. So I believe that is also part of my story, because definitely one of the things that I noted is after a week, and my husband too, is that now that we don't have the X39, we're waiting in the post for hours and it hasn't arrived yet. So it's a couple of days late. But he said to me, you know what I noticed today? I haven't got my patch on. I said, how did you notice that? He says, the bed called me. I just couldn't get through the day. And there is he sitting. He's had a nap. He's working because I'm working.
Thank you,
He
Sam.
really struggled without his patch today. And I mean, he's a young 73-year-old. And he just said he missed his patch today. That is definitely, and the first thing that he felt was that he had energy. He had much more energy. And the second thing you mentioned, or that I noted, is that his sleep apnea had improved greatly. So we can't wait to get our patches. We're waiting for them.
Brilliant,
But we
Sam.
thank you.
Nina, shall we go? Sorry, Amanda, shall we share the screen again? Thank you to everyone for sharing their testimonies and what they've experienced. And if you'd like to know more about the X39 and how it works, thisisit.info.com is a wonderful resource. On the homepage, you'll find 3 videos which describe the patches. The third one down is Dr. Leland Stolman talking about it. He's been involved with the patches for many years now. But aside from that, there are testimonials on there as well as some of the case studies that I discussed earlier with you. So if you would like to take a screenshot of that, do that. And you can also ask the person that invited you to this chat later on. Otherwise, I'm going to hand over to Nina for the business side of the presentation.
Yeah. So first thing I want to say is what an amazing company this is. First of all, it's stable. It's a 20-year-old company. They've actually just had their 20th convention where people were just treated incredibly. Quite a few of our team went, and the photographs that we got back from them are just amazing. It's at what people actually experience on these trips. So it went from a $20 million company in 2021 to a $320 million company in 2022. By then, the X39 had been added. Prior to that, there were other patches, but not the X39, and that's what made such a huge difference. It then went to 430 million in 2023, and this year we're heading for over 600 million. And they say, I mean, this is quite hard to imagine, but that in 2025 we're going to hit $1 billion. That would be quite something. We also open in over 80 countries. And one of the best things about this product is that it's not a Me Too product. What I mean by that is that there are many companies that have really good products, weight loss, for skincare, and supplements, but they're not unique. And this is. And so we have an incredible opportunity here. And added to that is the fact that a patent lasts for 20 years, and we've only had it for 4 years, which means we've got another 16 years where nobody can copy this product. And that, from a business point of view, makes it really unique. We recently were ranked as the #1 momentum company globally as a business. And if you might want to take a screenshot of this and have a better look at it, or yeah, I think that's probably the best thing to do. So yeah, what I also wanted to say is that the team that we belong to, This Is It team. So the abundance team, which all of us here belong to, come under This Is It. And it's a really incredible team. I think we missed out a slide, because what I wanted to say about that, I don't know if you can go back, Amanda.
It's not on there anymore, but I'll go to that
Oh,
one.
isn't it? What I just wanted to say about it is that this is a team, it's outranking the whole of LifeWave. So we're incredibly fortunate, and it gives us again an incredible opportunity from a business point of view. Yeah. So what's most important in your life? Being in this business really gives you this opportunity to spend more time with your family. It gives you time freedom. It gives you security. If you love traveling, Merle, who's not with us this evening, she's on her 4th incentive trip this year. I'm surprised she isn't tired of it yet, because she's just coming and going so fast at the moment. You might want better health and less debt. So I've certainly found that some of those things have really applied to me. So as well as being a really excellent company, having an excellent product, the plan is also amazing. I did multi-level marketing about 40 years ago, and I said never again. First of all, there wasn't the support that there is amongst the team members here, because we all help each other. So you work for yourself, but not by yourself. Everybody's supporting everybody else. I've lost track of what I was going to say. Sorry, maybe can somebody prompt me?
Just the compensation plan, how it works with the binary.
I started saying about how I'd done it before. And what happened there is that it was much more like a pyramid. So people at the top made a hell of a lot of money, and the suckers like me at the bottom spent a lot of money and got very little back. And this is so different. It really is incredible. So this here is showing what we call a binary. You only have 2 legs, or you've got a left team and a right team. And even once you're on the binary, you can already, through the points that you get, and I'm not going to go into how you earn those points, but that's something that you can look into later, and maybe with the person who has enrolled you. I think I'm quite nervous because I keep on forgetting what I'm supposed to be saying next.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Okay, thanks. Did I finish there? Yeah,
Yes.
once you're on the binary, you can earn $100 a week from what we call cycle bonuses. But if you go further and you have 2 people on your left team and 2 people on your right team, and you're active and they're active, then you can earn up to $1,500 a week, which is a hell of a lot of money for us as South Africans. Another way of earning potential, and here you have unlimited income potential, is that the people under you getting cycle bonuses actually support you in your income earning. So let's say Amanda was on my 1st level. Every time she gets a cycle bonus, I earn 25% of that. And it's not of her money. That's something additional that is paid to her. And it's kind of like I get the 25% as a reward for having introduced her. Then people who are on my 2nd level, so Amanda will, let's say, maybe she introduced Mich. She gets 25% of Mich's cycle bonuses, and I get 20%. And the same thing happens then on the 3rd level. And this is unlimited. You can earn endlessly. The really top earners they can earn up to $25,000 in a week. I mean, I think we can only dream about that sort of money. And I think it's also really important that while we are working a business, we don't lose sight of the fact that this is an incredible opportunity for people's health. It really is life-changing, and I think you've probably picked that up a bit already from what people have said about how things have changed for them. So there are, you can also come, there are different ways that you can come in. You can come in as a retail, just retail. And so like Mich, I think you, for instance, you retail your products because of the type of practice that you have. And we also have a pharmacy in KZN where they are retailing their products. So if you introduce somebody, or if somebody buys retail from you, you earn an additional $50. Then some people sign up as preferred customers where they're not interested in the business at all. They just want the product for themselves. And your earning from introducing them is $20. And also they're on a monthly subscription, and every time they buy, you earn another $20 and possibly more than that, depending on what they buy. But for the majority of people who do want to work the business, will come in at least on core, which means that they get 3 sleeves. And those are often people who they're not really sure if they're interested in the business. They want to try the product out for themselves first before they talk about it to anybody else. Then you get people who are convinced right from the word go that they want to be business builders, and they'll come in at an advanced, on the advanced package. And that's 6 sleeves. If you upgrade from core to advanced, you only have to pay the difference. You don't pay $535 after you've already paid $295. There's an upgrade, so it means that you get a cheaper option. And then for somebody who's really serious, and they know that right from the beginning, they can come in at premium where they get 20 sleeves of X39. So what people often do there is they will lend a sleeve to somebody when they're enrolling them, and then as soon as that person gets their patches, they can pay them back with a sleeve. We talk about sleeves. A sleeve has 30 patches in it, so it's a month supply. Yeah, so Mich spoke a little bit about This Is It Info, that website, and then the This Is It Team website. Steve and Gina Merritt, who started This Is a Team, I mean, they're just so philanthropic. All they want is for everybody to do well, and this is their website. And here you can actually learn how to do the business, how to enroll people, the best way to talk to people. They have a system, and all you have to do is to duplicate the system. And that way you can get your business up and running. For me, that's been quite incredible because I've never been very good with money things. Yeah, I can't say I'm making a huge package, but I'm doing pretty well. So,
Sorry, I really stopped sharing, Nina. Sorry about that.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay.
Thank you, Nina. I think you covered everything quite nicely there for us.
Well, I hope so, because I kept on losing track. Having said earlier that my brain was functioning better, obviously something, I lost it a bit there.
Amazing things to us.
You know what? It takes a lot of courage to do something like this. So we applaud you for that.
Thank
You're
you.
doing great.
We really
Yes.
appreciate your encouragement. Thanks.
Definitely. Thank you
So
very much.
we can stop the recording, I think, and then we can open up for questions. If you don't want to ask questions right now on this platform, you're welcome to get back to the person who invited you. And any of us are happy to chat to anyone else offline as well, if you'd like to speak one-on-one.